everyone, I'm Holly with Missouri First Soap, and today I'm making my rainbow succulent soap. And the first thing I'm going to do is add in the coconut milk. And I do believe I had a little solid bit go in there. Oh, it looks like it melted down. That's good. That is good. So I'm going to blend that in. Now for the lye solution. I realized that I had made a video for this the last time I made this soap. Oh, I don't even remember when it was. Sometime last year in 2019. And I never uploaded the video. I edited it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't upload it. Maybe I did. I'll have to go back and check. Alright, so I'm going to blend this up now. I just want this emulsified because I'm breaking it up into parts that I'm going to be fragrancing separately. And I just want plenty of time to be able to work with it. I think it's very likely that I would spill if I tried pouring it out at this point. So I am just going to scoop some out. Oops, I don't want that one in there yet at all. Oh, I gotta get it together. These ones are what we're doing first. So now that the colors are out, the soap for the colors, I'm going to add in the titanium dioxide, because this is a fairly white batch of soap. I'll be stick blending that some more again momentarily. So now I want to pour off some of this white into this little pitcher. And now equally into these buckets. Alright, so I just want to get my colors done first. These are a pretty strong color in the middle. So I have the fragrances split up from kind of the top and the bottom, but I'm going to put just a little bit into each cup here. These aren't going to be overly fragranced. So the scent I'm using here is the same as my Mango Milk Sea Salt soaps. Just such a pretty fragrance. It's mango and hold on. need to work. Woo! This is full. Made quite a large mess. This fragrance is mango nectar and sunny citrus. And we've got some beach lily and some night blooming jasmine, and it's just such a pretty fragrance. I thought it would go really well with this particular design. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just pour it in. This is just, I just made a mess on this whole bucket. It happens. Okay, so this is still pretty loose, this base. It's set up enough that I don't think the soap will sink clear to the bottom. But enough, but not too much, obviously. I am just throwing soap around. I've packed orders all day, so I must have just lost my touch. So it's just a drop pour. So I'm just going to back and forth. Use about half of the cup is my plan. I used quite a bit more than half. That's fine. So I always get really nervous when I try to duplicate something I've only done once before, especially when it turns out really well. It just makes me nervous because I feel like I'm living up to my own standards. It can be a little difficult. Just dealing with all the factors of I don't want all my soap to get set up on me. I'm using about the same amount of soap as I did the last time, even though my batch is a little bit larger. I may regret that, but I didn't have any bigger cups to use, so I decided to just wing it. I do a lot of winging it. Okay, so I had started to pour it into the bucket and I was like, this is silly, just put it back in the original pot. I don't like the extra transfer just based on the fact that you always lose a little bit of soap no matter how long you sit and scrape. I don't want to pour this in just super strong. Just a little bit is okay. because it would just displace so much of that color, and then my top portion would end up with the color in it. So I am letting it fall down in. That's not the problem. But I want that color to stay down there. Okay, so now I have my cute little succulents that are going to go on the top. And I'm just going to start by just placing them around the different sizes. Turned out so cute. I just love this so much. I'm pretty far into my whole rainbow extravaganza making, and I made these clear at the beginning, so it seems like it's been plenty long ago. But I've been waiting on this fragrance to come in. Looks like I have a lot of these big ones, which are great. I love the big ones. I probably should have focused a little bit more on where I was putting everything. Well, let's see. I feel like I might have some more of these than I did the last time I made this. Save those for a moment. I do always try to move things around so that they're not all colors together, but that's just not really how I function, it seems. So there comes a point where you don't fight it too much. Okay, so I think this looks pretty good. I'm just going to top it with a little bit of gold. It's mostly white, but the sparkle is gold, and I absolutely love it. I just think this soap needs a sprinkle of glitter. The glitter is coming out strong during the rainbow extravaganza, but that's pretty typical. I used to be called the Rainbow Queen and the Glitter Queen and just all that. I just love rainbow. I love glitter things. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. I love it. The last time I made those colors a little bit stronger, and I like these more just pinky, kind of like this is more pink than red. I just like these more mid-tones, I guess, instead of being just super duper strong. So there we have the Rainbow Succulent Soap, and I will be back for the cut. It's time to cut this Rainbow Succulent Soap, and they turned out so beautiful. I just love those embeds on the top. And then a nice swirl inside. So I have my multi-cutter here. And I'm going to offset it just a little bit because this is the end. And end cuts usually are a little bit different. So we usually use those as the samples. This one is a little, you can see it's a little bit wobbly. Alright. Now I'm hoping none of these little succulents decide to pop out. It's been quite some time having to work for it. It looks like some of my color is bleeding. Not too big of a fan of that. I can't remember at this stage what colorant I used that caused that purple to bleed like that, but okay then. Sometimes when we plane them, that'll go away for a time. Just depends on how intense it is. These look great. Not quite the same design as I got last time, but that's how it goes. It's hard, it seems like, to even recreate my own work sometimes. So I'm going to just cut one bar here, and then I'll have a couple of samples on the end. Such a fun soap, and I love that I used the scent from my mango milk this time. It's just a super one. That is a great scent, and it goes really well with this. Not quite as sharp and green as the last time I made this soap, the fragrance. So I get 5 loaves from this batch. Alright, I'll try to scoot forward. I don't have as much torque when I'm as far away from the table. Oh my goodness. Whew. I put off my cutting videos a little bit too long. I was so busy, and then I was like, ooh, I gotta do this. There were a lot of things that were a priority over filming cutting videos, but I let them get a little bit too hard and cured, but they're still going to cure for another 4 weeks or so, 3 weeks-ish from today. Okay. This multi-cutter does make this process go considerably faster. Okay, here we go. I'm going up on my tippy toes. Oh my goodness. That's work. Oh, I didn't cut those. Oh goodness. Okay. So I'm getting some lines, but those will typically plane out. Oh, this is just so pretty. I just love those succulent embeds. Nice. Sometimes I get the lines too if I don't completely get the wires cleaned off good enough. I'll have to pay more attention to that before I do my next cut. I think these bars are going to be super tall. That means we'll probably end up taking a little bit off of the bottoms of them just so they can fit in the box. We're not shrink wrappers around here. Tried that a few different times, but if I say I'm going to shrink something, my husband says that he's not helping. I'm on my own, so we don't shrink things because I really do need his help. That is so pretty. Too bad it has the bleeding from that colorant. Wow. Okay. I don't believe it was anything new that I used, so Really shouldn't have done that any more than any other time. Oh, that's really pretty. Isn't that nice? Love it. So down to the last loaf here already. I'm going to try cleaning these just a little bit more. So this was an edge. It always looks a little bit different than the inside. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to go up on my tippy toes to get started with. It's that delay that also causes some of the, it can cause a bit of a ripple effect. It's not showing too bad, so I must not have done it too bad, but that will also cause, you know, if you hesitate on the way down with the cut, it's best to just have nice, smooth cuts. But sometimes you gotta regroup and reposition it, and so you can put the strength into it. This whole rainbow release, I'm pretty much doing all the cutting because I'm doing it on video, but otherwise my husband would be doing all this for me. He loves this cutter, so he doesn't mind doing the cutting. So all of these will be samples. We'll clean them up and send them out. Do a few there in the, just in the middle here. Certainly a lot easier to cut the single bar. So there we have the Rainbow Succulent Soap in our mango milk fragrance. I think it turned out pretty cool. Alright guys, I'll see you for the next one. Bye.